corner of the house is sinking. In this corner, the whole weight of the house is held up on this brick resting on this 5-gallon bucket full of concrete. And it is rotting out from the bottom. The top seems okay. This beam extends to here. As you can see, it's coming apart. Carpet in it damage, probably. This beam's good. This is rotted. And this goes all the way to the end of the house. Maybe 6 inches short. This beam that goes to the front of the house is also rotted. This beam, it goes to at least there, and it's good. It's solid. It's fine. Up until about here, where it's rotted till the end of the house. Solid. This side. Not so much. Yeah. So that is supporting the whole weight of the corner of this house. We have these beams running side to side of the house. There seems to be weight on this. Oh, maybe not. Alright, there might be weight on that. There's definitely weight on this. There's definitely weight on this blue bucket. I don't think this beam is currently touching the ground at all. I see daylight. So I got this dug out a little bit more, and what I'm noticing is this piece under the kitchen door is rotted out actually from here and down and over. This is the cap, the end of the beam that goes to the front of the house, that way. And if you look, there's nails coming down. This is also the end, and it's sawn off here. So this rides and sits on top of this beam. So this beam used to extend to here, and it has rotted out that much. So this is how these beams used to sit. This is the front to back beam, which is this one. This is the side to side beam. The front to back beam used to rest on top of the side to side beam. That overlap section is completely gone. These nails used to be those nails. And this cut section right there, that cut face, used to be that cut face. So how do we fix this? Yeah, this beam's got to come out. It's got to get cut. It's got to get cut there, pulled out, replaced with a 6x6. Replicating that joint. Put some concrete support underneath it, jack it up, put concrete there. Maybe we do 2. Maybe we do 3 total. That I got to figure out. The whole house is tipping towards this corner. Several inches. And then on this side, also several inches. You can't even see it. Look how the bottom overlaps the top. Bottom overlaps the top. You can kind of see it. Not a lot of straight lines on this house to begin with. It's tipping back. This is the problem corner. I started digging out, but it's very wet. So this is the deepest hole I got, and it's filled with water. So I'm just gonna stop here. But the idea is I'm going to put 3 holes. This hole here is going to be 12 inches sonotube. This one here is going to be 10 inches. And then this one here is going to be 10 inches. So this beam will be supported by these two. This beam will be supported by these two. So I need some dry weather to keep digging these holes. So I've been using this as a test. This bucket is a 13-inch opening. Or no, that's 12-inch opening. This is 10-inch. This is 12-inch, but this is actually 13 inches across. So I decided I'm only going to put the 12-inch in the corner. That's going to be a big hole. Chad gave me these 6x6 pressure treated. And then the last thing I need to check before I leave is I don't know if these are any good. I'm going to cut one of these open and see if it's usable. That is rock solid. It's pretty crumbly and also solid. 80-pound bag, and I have 6 of them, so that's almost a quarter ton of junk. I keep getting bunching up on this part and this part. I'm gonna try to fix that. Alright, we'll see if that does anything. So the rotary hammer just died. Filled the hole with smoke. Pretty sure that is the problem. Smoke was pouring out of this little vent here. This thing is toast. Harbor Freight tool died, so I had to go and get this one. It seems to be working a lot better. Because this hole is kind of under the house, it's hard for me to see if I'm getting it on in position, so I made this little jig here. These are 2 6-inch beams, so I want the center of the hole to be 3 inches out from the side of each beam. So that's where this screw is, measured 3 inches from that side, 3 inches from that side. So if I put this up against the sides of the beams that I am not far enough under the house, I'm too far out. So need to start taking a little off the inside wall there. So after one pass of shaving the wall a little more in towards the house, and big difference. Haven't really got down as far as where the washer is, but above it, that's a lot better. And then this is how much we pulled out. No frogs. Look who got sucked up. 2 of them. These hose clamps seem to be working perfectly. Rocks and larger pieces were getting stuck here and getting stuck here where the hose had pinched, so this kind of pinched it all around, opened up the hole a little bit, and I haven't had one obstruction after I put those on, so those are working great. All right, so we're getting close to being ready to pour some concrete. This is sitting in the hole. It's got some clearance between the bottom of this beam and the top of the tube. So I can't see that it's dead center, but it's in the middle. There's a 4-foot level. That's right on. And that's right on. That's level. Still level. Level. I think we're good. Seems to be in the right place. You look down. Sticks out that much. Come on this side. Seems pretty close. This old beam stopped here. We'll definitely hang over it. Comes out to here. That's the end of that beam. Maybe it should come another inch in this direction. Because looking down there, it is only touching a small part. So I think I'll do that. Scooch it this way. Not too far, just maybe into 1 inch, and then that'll be pretty good. That I feel like is being picky. I think it's good to go. So I've got the concrete set up ready to go. This will be the first time I use this thing. Runs okay on the generator. I've got these 11 bags ready to go. So I've got these 3 pieces of rebar ready to put in. I have a concrete vibrator. So we're wrapped up here on this first pier. It is still level across and vertically. Went through 10 bags. Ordered 11, so I got the one extra, 50-pounder. So the next morning, this is looking pretty good, still level. Decided to start next on this hole under the kitchen door. I modified this jig. I took the corner off of it, and here, looks like I've got the hole too far in, so I need to start taking off the near side. Okay, so Sunday night, I'm about to pack up, or I am packed up, I'm about to hit the road. So, woke up this morning, this one's looking good, and I spent the whole day digging out this hole here, put a 10-inch pier there. What remains is I need to decide what I'm going to do here. So I could use this as the other support, and then to put a seam here or joint here, have the beam rest on here, and then if I needed to or wanted to at a later date, I could support these two sides, dig this out, and put another sonotube there. So I think I want to cut this board out all the way here. All right. First look at the beam from the outside. I still think the beam is in pretty good shape until here. So from here up is good. On the good side of the house, I got this 20-ton bottle jack that has a bunch of hydraulic oil all over the bottom of it. I'm prepared for this one to not work because it did have a leak. I haven't got a chance to, I meant to take this home with me last time, and I'll use that 20-ton bottle jack to lift up here, take all the pressure off these until I can take them out. Then I bring this jack up to meet the beam on this side. I want to take that pressure off slowly. That's why I want to use this scissor jack. I cut up through here, take pressure slowly off this to slowly bring the beam out. The other thing I was going to do is put concrete bags that went bad. I was going to put those under the floor beams that are going in like that, just so when this beam comes out that there's something there to support them so they don't come all the way down. I'm under the house. Here's how the floor joists connect to these front to back beams. They're resting on this ledge, and they do appear to be towed in. Some pretty big nails there. And this ledge is attached to this beam by these large nails. There's one there, and there's one there. But they don't repeat. There's not two in this space. There's not two. I don't see any more down the whole line. So that they do two on each end. Now, actually, if we look to the left, we can see the exact beam we're dealing with. And I see one there. And that's it. This is the far end of the ledge or beam, whatever you call it. This is the kitchen corner. I think I see a bolt there. I see a bolt right there. Yeah, I see one. This ledger beam, it's not doing much of anything, I don't think, because it's only supported by one bolt on each end, and all of these floor joists are towed in on both sides. I don't know how important it is. I don't know if it's supporting any weight. I don't even know why is it there. Maybe it was just there to position the floor joist when they were building it. So I've got a floor joist here that is towed into this. I've got a floor joist here that is towed in here. I'm just gonna put a lag through here that's holding the floor joist against this beam, which is gonna remain. It's already towed in. This will just be a little extra bit of connection when things start moving around. That sounds good. Yeah, nice. Moment of truth. Okay. Now let's see if you can see the drill finger under there. Oh, it's in. Okay. That's the one. Is that far enough? Yep. Give it a kiss. Okay. You maybe didn't need to do that, but now that joist is firmly connected to this beam that's going to remain. So with all this moving around and adjusting, I feel a little bit better about that being lagged in. So I had this 2x6 in the shed. So I'm going to install this above the window across, so it will hit 1, 2, at least 3 studs. So that way I can have something to push against with 2 or 3 2x6s, which I need to go buy, 10-foot 2x6s. So I've got 3 more lag bolts. I might as well put 2 in this next stud. I think I can only hit 1 more stud, but let's go measure. Okay, so from the uphill side of this stud, it's 24 inches, 24 and a half. Let's call it 24 and a half to the uphill side of that stud. The uphill side of this stud, which is there, it's 24 and a half to the uphill side of this stud. So that would be here, 24 and a half. Maybe go right there. Okay. I'm at the 4 studs, and the current plan is I think I'm going to put the 20-ton jack here to push up on the good part of the beam. I think I'm going to put the 6-ton bottle jack and the black scissor jack here on this side. I'm going to jack up both sides until those bricks are free. Then at that point, shoring up the outside, putting something here, putting those 2x6s down from here. I'm going to start putting rocks or something to make the connection of that 4x4 beam go up against those floor joists. Bring it down just a little bit, I think. Get some pressure on these 2x6s and those floor joists. And then I will cut. I could cut right over the middle of this bucket. I could cut. I know that I'm uphill of this joist. Then slowly start taking the pressure off of this beam using the bottle jack and the scissor jack. So releasing a little bit of pressure off the bottle jack, then backing down the scissor jack. A little bit off the bottle, a little bit off the scissor. And just kind of monitoring and making sure that it's coming down safely. Once jacks are bottomed out and all the pressure's off them, and they come out, then I'm going to have to get this beam out, and I'm anticipating a little bit of a fight there. I know it is towed in to this floor joist here, so it's not just going to pull right out. I am going to have to figure that out. So I may have to cut in. I may have to cut it multiple times, and I may have to cut in with the multi-tool to cut those nails or bolts or whatever they are to get that out. I don't know if there's anything driven down from the wall into this beam. That could probably end up being one of the longer parts of this job. Once that's out, the new beam goes in. We start jacking it up against the bottom of the building. Not to lift it yet, but just to get it pressed up against the building. Once it's positioned and it looks good, then we're going to lag into the floor joist. These floor joists are not standardized lumber width, so a hanger is not really going to work too well. I'm thinking about replicating that hanging board, whatever it is, and then bolting in from the outside, just so it's not just the lag hanging it. One lag seems stronger than two towed in nails, but I don't know. Either way, once I'm connected to the floor joist, start seriously jacking here. And now the idea is we are coming up to take the pressure off that back end. And while we're taking the building up with the 20-ton jack on this side, we're going to be matching that lift with the 6-ton jack here. Just because we got to keep in mind that these are no longer connected. So if we raise this end, it's going to put stress on this wall here that's going to kind of fall back. So we want to be lifting these at the same time, but the 20-ton jack is going to be doing more of the work. So then the idea is that 20-ton jack is lifting this new beam, which in theory will lift the corner and take the weight off of this. Then we pull this beam out. I think this will come out easier, but it might be a similar struggle to get it out. But there's no floor joist connected into it. It just would be whatever is above. Oh, look at this guy. What's going on? Then once that beam is out, this beam goes in. They connect at the half lap joint. And then at that point, once there's a jack under this new beam and there's a jack under that new beam, then we are just taking it up to the level that we want it, putting some concrete pavers or bricks or something under here to support those beams. And that's that. They're in the shed now, but I cut 2 of these 2x6s for this temporary crow's foot here. And the third one, unfortunately, when I was looking at it, has this monster crack that goes all the way here. So if this is planted in the ground, that is going to separate as soon as any pressure is put on it. And if it's on the top, same thing. I just don't want to use this one, so I'm just going to go drop it off at the yard and hopefully I can swap it out. I didn't get a chance to try cutting this half lap joint, so I'm actually going to take these 2 beams home with me and try that in my driveway, just get the technique down. I wanted to test this jack out, so I jacked up one corner of the truck, left it overnight, and when I left it, you could fit this piece under that tire, but it is back down to the ground, so it gave out, and you can see it leaked hydraulic oil all over the base. So the seals are shot in this thing. This is junk. I was hoping maybe some oil leaked out just because it had tipped over in storage, but this is not going to work, so need to get new jacks.
If it collapses, our taxes will go down. I got some knee pads, so it's on.
That's what these are. Oh, knee pads. I have knee pads. I don't like using them.
You like those better?
Yeah.
You don't need like a metal plate between that and the sill.
Maybe like a piece of wood.
Yeah.
Like that. That would work,
Yeah,
right?
well,
Metal plate instead. I have this, but I don't know. Give it a try here. I can hear it. Not yet. I can hear things moving around though. Yeah, that just moved. This is moving. That brick is toast. Wow. I don't have much room to pump here unless I cut this out. I think if I just find something lower and use and lift this up.
What about that rock there?
Woo! Woo! Hear that?
I hear that.
I wish there was not so much wind. I want to be able to hear it. All right.
It come down high at all.
It did. It did. Well, let's see. Is the joist stuck in there? Yeah, I can't get that rock out.
That's bearing weight.
That joist is supported. It's just the wall I'm worried about. I think you're right. I think we want to cut here first,
Yeah.
and then see how it goes.
Test cut.
Test cut. So the joist is right here. So maybe we'll start by just cutting into the rot.
You want to do that so you can find out how far this is going to get that separated from the house.
Yes. Just tap it out. The safety switch on this is so annoying. I think I'm through all the way. It's nailed in from the top, so. There we go. Maybe it's not nailed in through the top. I see one nail hole, or maybe two. I think I'm gonna try to cut here now.
Okay.
I forgot to check if there's nails sticking out of here. There's nails that come down to about halfway. That's that ledge.
Yeah.
That works awesome.
Up a little higher, I think it's good.
I drew this line to where that nail is.
Oh.
So that's, I'll take it where the sawzall.
All right.
Just a little piece of bark. No nails there, so maybe I'll take it up with the saw.
You said
Oh,
They came out pretty easy.
I don't know what to do here. No, the first joist is here. I'm thinking I might try just cutting it.
Right.
And pry it off.
Pry it off.
Pry it off. There goes nothing. And a nail. Safety. I don't see a nail. There was something it didn't like though.
Let's try this again.
The joist is still connected to the beam here, but we found a bolt from the ledge beam into the sill beam that I couldn't see because it was hidden by this this part that hangs down. So we still have two toenails holding the joist into this beam. The bottom of this part of the beam just slid right off of that. It's not rotted, it just came apart. Alright, so this is cut all the way through. We just need to pull it away from the joist now.
Wow.
All right. So this beam is all the way out. This is where the new beam is going to join the old. And as far as we can tell, no weight came down. The weight is resting on the rocks on top of that concrete bag. There. You would not be able to pull that rock out. This one. And I'm still not sure how important this is, but just in case there is any importance to it, I'm gonna put some screws from behind into the sill beam. Now that I can easily reach it, I'll put a few 3-inch screws. We're having some disagreement about how important this is, but there's no harm in securing it. We did find one additional bolt between that ledger beam or whatever it's called and the sill beam, the front to back beam. It was hidden under here.
sandwich?
Feel better?
I don't want to see my face on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Trying to figure out if this is too long, and I think it is. This is the siding board. We don't want to be supporting that. This is the stud, I'm pretty sure. So we're 1/4 inch proud of that. And then all these floorboards are resting on top of this rear sill beam, but they don't all come out the same distance. In this one section, they differ by 4.5 inches from the furthest out to the furthest back. And this beam is 5.5 inches. So, not much wiggle room. I think this has got to go back, maybe 1/2 inch. Not much. Good. Come in. Works. Alright, so I'm in that far. And I didn't feel the bit, so I'm pretty sure I got it. No idea how much of that is going to show up on camera, but there is a hanger on this joist. You can see up through there, and the lag bolt went directly through the middle of the joist, so that's good. This is a bigger hanger than this is supposed to be for 2 2x4s, I think. So I put some spacers here. And there was no way I was swinging a hammer under here, so 3-inch construction screws it is. So the issue is this beam is loose. We got it off the support here, but it's nailed into the floor, so having a little trouble figuring out how to detach it from the floor, because I can put it here, but when I pry on it, the whole floor moves. So, yeah, I don't know. There are a lot of upset ants in there. Trying to see how I'm doing on being touching the floor joists. Looks like it'll touch them all. They don't all come out the same distance. It's hard to tell on the GoPro, but this looks correct. Fits nicely into that corner. It feels like this is where it's supposed to be, but it comes far out. If it was like this, it's catching more of the floor joist, but now it's crooked there. It looks weird. One idea we had was put a piece of wood on the far side there, just as extra, no harm in it. Not even close. Let's door clear this rock now.
Good. Wow. Unbelievable.
All worthwhile, right? So we got a little issue here. After all that jacking, something changed here. This door now opens all the way, and it hasn't done that for years. It always used to catch on this rock. I mean, a long time ago it would open all the way, but then in recent years it just would catch on that rock as this corner had sunk down. So that's good. This door opens like it used to. Problem we have is this door now, it will not shut. It's catching on the top here. So initially I was thinking this side of the house needed to come up more, that corner. I was thinking this corner wasn't jacked up high enough, and this new beam we put in, this side was too high, because it looks that way. But I wonder if it looks that way because this side to the left is too low. What I'm going to try is taking out these 2 bricks and just lowering this something, putting something in there that's just a little less than those 2 bricks, and just see if, does that make the door better or worse? So this door catches here on its own, and that is 5.5 inches. I'll change those bricks and then remeasure. I'm going to start by taking out these 2 horizontally laid bricks and putting in these 2 vertical bricks in this piece of 3/4 plywood. And so that's going to make it not much of a difference, but we just want to see which direction this puts the door. Better or worse? Didn't gain much. This door still opens. And this door, the creak is gone. It's still hung up. And we're about at 4 inches. So we picked up 1.5 inches. So I'll try taking that down a little bit more. I'll find a thinner piece of plywood. This is all the way out now, and it's not even hitting that. How is that possible? That's unexpected. So it must be all the weight is, it's just pinching that beam in place, I guess. Well, let's see how we're looking. And now, the door still won't shut. And we are about 3 inches. And I can't lower this anymore because it's not even supported by the pier. All right, let's put our thinking caps on. My other theory is this side of the door is too low, and this is too high, and that's why the door won't shut. So I can't get this any lower. I took all the pressure off this beam. It's just suspended in the air, and the door still won't shut. So now what I'm going to try is jacking this side up and seeing, this beam is only, this sill beam is only like 2 feet long. So if I can jack this up and then maybe put something a little extra in there, and if that doesn't work, I don't know, might have to cut the door. That's what everyone is encouraging me to do. We'll give this a try. So far we're only pushing down on the rock. Maybe we're going up a little bit. I hear cracking. All right, I'm gonna give this a check in on the door here. See if that makes a difference. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. And we're at about 3.5 inches. I'm struggling to understand this here. I lower this side, it helps. I lower it more, it helps more. I try raising this side, and it makes it worse. Maybe what is happening is, since this is only a 2-foot beam, I can't really jack anywhere on it, so I'm only pushing up on one side. It's having the same effect as lifting here. Not sure how to fix this one. Probably should have replaced this beam all the way to the end of that one and put the sonotube there. I don't know how I would have done that, but too late anyway. This is just loose. Is this holding anything up right now? No, it's not holding anything up. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's try that then. We haven't tried that yet. What I'm trying right now, there was no weight on that little stack of rocks right there. So I took it out. This little 2-foot beam's not being supported by anything. I'm gonna try jacking directly under this side of the door frame. So, jacked up about that much. Every pump of the jack, I could hear something happening in here. Let's see. Ooh, it almost shuts. It almost shuts. I can't even get the ruler in there to measure. So that's working. All right, after the second round of jacking, the door shuts. I mean, it always didn't shut because of this, but this plate on this doorknob mechanism always pulls out and gets hung up against the frame anyway, so replace the screw. Maybe that will save us a little bit of a headache. Still getting hung up there, but the door shuts. Not really sure how to do this. The one place that needs support is the exact end of the beam. Here's the current plan. This is directly above the side of the frame, door frame that needs to go up. So I can jack here, but that's where the beam ends. So what I'm gonna try to do is jack both at the same time, and then take pressure off this and then see if I can reinforce that. Ooh, something just settled somewhere. Check on the door for a second. No. Need to come up higher. All right, so about to test the door. I am hopeful, not optimistic. This 2-foot beam is now being supported by that and this brick onto the sonotube. Let's see how we did. And it is worse. Okay. The creak is back. So I think we need to go down on this side. Same. So I didn't film it, but I got I jacked it up a little more and got this piece of plywood under. It's the highest we've been yet on this side. And now the door won't shut. Pretty far out. But we're clear along the top. It would fit in there fine. It's getting hung up on the bottom now. Here, why don't I just do this full? Good job down here. Door shuts. It's getting hung up. One spot up here. Not on the bottom anymore. Crazy that it makes that much of a difference. But it's only hitting in one spot. I marked with X's. You can see the white paint. So I'm just gonna try sanding it and see if I can make it any better. It's not on the side. It's not on the bottom. I already checked the bottom. It's definitely here on the top. It's getting hung up. But where exactly? Seems to be right here in the middle. I'm gonna try something. Look at that. It shuts. It's still getting hung up right there. What is that? Nail? It's a nail. Ooh, now it's cracking. What is stopping this here? I can't even tell what is catching. A little crack formed. I think when I screwed up. I don't think that's doing anything, but let's see. That door is shut. Doing this last night when I tried to show my dad, but I swear this door is closing. Could never do that. With one finger, never. Door shut. Final look.